Hi, my name is Grace Malloy. I've been in the Dream Launch class for the past 16 weeks. I'm really passionate about peace, specifically as it relates to incarceration and the death penalty. I'm aware that the content I'm about to share is extremely heavy and controversial, but I challenge you to listen with open minds and open hearts. Thank you. There are some human rights so deep we can't negotiate them away. There are truths of our nation so bold we cannot hide them, like the word murder, graffitied on courtroom walls where our government granted themselves permission to commit murder. 1,488 times. You can paint over it with justice, but murder will still be there. Sodium thiopental is used to induce unconsciousness, pancronium bromide to cause muscle paralysis and respiratory arrest, and potassium chloride to stop the heart. 7 minutes after the final injection this December alone, David Miller, Joseph Garcia, Jose Jimenez, and Alvin Brazil Jr.'s hearts stopped not because of the potassium chloride, but because in this nation, violence has become synonymous with justice. The executioners remaining anonymous, hiding behind a facade of justice. When we were young, we played house. I'll be the kid, you be the parent. They said no one plays games in the real world, but our government's playing God day and night, executing his children left and right. Legislators writing the rules and playing the game at the same time, but no one wins when there's 1,488 tombstones hiding bones, human bones. Yes, a murderer is still a human. The most dangerous part is that we learn life lessons from games. We played house and learned social dynamics. We played musical chairs and learned how to snag that seat on the bus, but when we play with capital punishment, we learn that two wrongs make a right, that violence will fix it all right. Justice is an eye for an eye. This isn't a partisan problem, this isn't a policy issue, this is a principle. This is stopping to ask ourselves, to ask our government, is someone's life worth more than the worst thing they've ever done? How can you preach forgiveness on Sunday and kill for justice on Monday? How can you be pro-life and pro-death in the same breath? Perhaps because we are not as pro-life as we might think. Perhaps we are only pro-birth or pro-innocence. So before you showcase your pro-life beliefs, remember that pro-life doesn't end at birth. Not partisan, not policy. This is consistency of values. It normalizes murder. The sodium thiopental injected into the veins of those on death row has drifted through their human blood into ours. The inevitable interconnectedness of humanity, paralyzing our beliefs about the value of human life, stopping our hearts from remembering that justice is more than an eye for an eye. You see, capital punishment does that to a society. It robs justice of its purity, redefining justice as retaliation. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, supposedly, a right. But the death penalty recreates life as a privilege rather than a right. And when life became a privilege, murder became a means of justice. 1,488 people have been executed because of the barbarity of their crime. But if murder is truly the most heinous crime in America, then why hasn't the United States government been punished for the 47 wrongly executed citizens? Because power excuses criminal activity. Because we seem to have forgotten that a society will inevitably shape its beliefs around the patterns of its leaders. Murder isn't murder anymore. It's justice. Thank you.